Welcome back. Now, this is the final episode of this series, which is 7 mistakes I made in my first business. Please go back to the series on my YouTube channel and watch the remaining ones if you have not been following from the beginning. And for those of you that have been with me till now, I thank you very much. I'm going to share something, an extra bonus for you if you stay to the end. Thank you very much for being with me up to this point. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, I'll try to share 7 mistakes which I made in my first business, because we are on a journey to success, and I want to start by telling you where I came from, what I've been doing, and how far it has taken me. And now we are trying to discuss them, after which we'll now talk about the way forward, the step forward. So now let's quickly go to the 7th mistake which I made. The 7th mistake, remember please, because this video is going to be long, I don't want to start doing the usual revisiting of the previous lessons, the previous mistakes. So please kindly watch the other videos if you have not. So the 7th mistake was reinvesting foolishly, reinvesting your revenue in other businesses. Now, in 2016, when I started my first business that failed, there was this epidemic that was going on. If you remember MMM, you remember, right? Okay. So I was also one of those foolish people that came late. Okay, those ones that entered early, they will say it was a wise choice, but myself, I was among those that came late. But then, point of correction, I did not even lose money in MMM. But let's go to the mistake first of all. Now, it is not good to invest in anything that you do not understand. I was doing my business and it was going on not very well, but I was struggling, I was trying, and everybody was talking about MMM. MMM, I've heard of MMM, I've heard of it. Ponzi scheme was the epidemic of the year, just as we have epidemic in this 2020. So it was becoming foolish if you're not doing it. You're struggling every day, 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you come, what happens? Nothing. You have money, you want to buy more equipment, you have money. People will be telling you, why not just put this money inside MMM? Just put it by next month to almost double, then you can now, use the extra and buy the equipment. That kind of, the teaser was just too much. So I said, let me test the waters. So I put in 200,000 naira of my own money. And at the end of the first 1 month, boom, I got 280,000 naira. I was like, wow, this is working. Yeah. I was making a mistake. If you have read The Richest Man in Babylon, I don't know if I have it here. I must have given it out. Richest Man is one of my favorite books. Richest Man in Babylon, one of the advice he gave is that do not invest in anything that you do not understand. One of the advice that was given to the man who tried to save his first 10%. After saving, he put the money in a business that he was not into. He gave the business, he gave money to somebody to buy gold for him, but the person that he sent the money to was not even dealing on gold. So the person ended up buying fake clay that he thought was gold, and that was how he lost his first savings. So that was the mistake I made. I did it, I got the first money, I was like, wow, yeah, I was excited. So I told other persons and said, this thing is working. No. So one of the guys I told was a very close relative. He said, you are a fool. You're doing MMM. MMM does not pay. MMM is just 30%. In fact, the one I'm doing right now, they are paying me 90%. I said, Jesus, is it what you say? He said 90. I said, lie, it's not possible. He said, let me show you now. What are you talking about? These people are dealing on Forex. I said, okay, tell me more. So since MMM had worked for me, I felt they will work, right? So I looked at the system, and this guy showed me a site called Forex Paradise. If you have ever heard of it, or anybody that has heard of it, you will remember Forex Paradise is the name of the site. It's a foreign site, and then I went to invest 400,000 naira. So everything I got from MMM plus the profit plus every other thing. I put the money in this my new venture, 400,000 naira, and I was waiting. That one they don't pay 1 month, they pay after 3 months, after 6 months, something like that. So I was waiting for the thing to grow, and in my account every day money was just growing. I was seeing the money grow, and I was excited, like wow, I have $1,000, $1,200, $2,000. I was excited. Money was growing. In fact, what I did, I became so greedy that I did not end there. I went and started telling my friends and family members, relatives, come and invest with me. You make money. In fact, I was telling them that MMM is paying 30. I can assure you, worst case scenario, you will get at least 50%. And people gave me money. Mind ya? Oh, I even made mistake. It was 300,000 of my own money that I put in, and then 400,000 of other people's money. Yes, that was what happened. 700,000 naira was what I invested in this new scheme, and the money was growing in what Peter Square called audio money. In this one, it's not audio, it's visual money. You can see, but you can't touch. The money was growing in the platform, but I could not touch the money. So after several months, the money grew, and before we knew it, by the time my money was supposed to arrive, the site closed, and that was how I lost everything that I had hoped on. You know, it's very bad if you have lost your money. You say okay, you feel bad, but what was worse was the expectations. You get, imagine me expecting that now I have $3,000. You can do the math. And imagine already I was thinking of the car I want to buy. I was already planning, oh man, as this money enters, boom, I will just go and buy my dream car. And that was how I lost everything. So I lost all my monies that I should have put into my business to grow my business. I lost monies of other persons, and my business became very, in fact, my business was frustrated. I could no longer continue. I could struggle on, but I had many issues. One of my main problem was that even the business itself, even the school that I said I wanted to start, that I was already giving bad product. What I was giving was not what I really imagined. It was not what I dreamt of giving. I wanted to create a kind of a school that has never, been built in my city. That was what I wanted to do, but what I was giving was rubbish. So I said, no, I cannot go about selling this type of ugly name. So I had to, as soon as I finished with that set, the set that even came, just the few students that came, there was money that came in. But at the end of the day, after that set, I closed down the business. I said, no, I cannot continue to sell rubbish to people. And that was it. Now, at the end of this issue, I had to spend the remaining year. So the whole of 2017, I spent it on paying debts and paying rent. And I did not leave the place because I still had dreams of doing it all over again. And that was the 7th mistake I made, going to invest my money in another business that I did not really understand. It is really tempting. We do it a lot. You are running a business, you get money, somebody will come and tell you there is this opportunity, come and invest, come and buy this land. If you don't do it now, you don't really know the source, you don't have all the information that is all the information about that deal. You just carry your money that is meant for your business growth or your salaries, and you use it and pay for something that you do not really understand very well. It is tempting to do so, and it can really frustrate. Many people have closed their businesses because of this. So I advise you, try as much as possible not to put your money that is meant for your business in a foreign investment. And 2, even if you want to invest your extra, that is your profit, not your business not your business running cost, not your running money. You use the one that is supposed to be your profit. And 3, you should only invest in a business that you understand. If it is working, you should know how it's working. People say they are into forex, but do you understand forex? How can they return that profit? There are some of them that work for a few months, a few years. Like in the case of Forex Paradise, it worked for 3 years and I came at the 3rd year. So in fact, most of these things, people trust the system when it gets old, right? People start thinking, oh, these people have been working since 1 year, 2 years, nothing happened. That means it's sustainable, that means it's good, that means it's working. And then you enter, you are beginning to trust it now, not knowing that it is at this point that it is already done, because it's a pyramid scheme. So at the end of the day, it's going to collapse, and that is when you enter. So be careful when you are investing. Understand the business you're going into. Do your proper research, and then you start. Remember, don't start with everything that you have. Start with even your own personal business. Try as much as possible to keep extra, that is the excess money. In verse 1 of our lessons, the excess money, okay, that's number 3. The excess money should be there so that if you have any issues, you will be able to fall back and then move on. Thank you very much for staying. I'm going to recommend something for you. For our we talked about accounting in the previous lesson. When you want to do your accounting, the problem we have is that I was saying that you should not touch your money, you should not reinvest the money back into the business immediately. There is a book I'm going to recommend for you, Profit First. Profit First. This book will teach you, if you know accounting, it will really help you. If you hate accounting, you will not be a friend of this book. This book has a lot of accounting stuff inside that might discourage you. But if you really want to understand what I'm trying to talk about, I will recommend that you read this book, Profit First, by Mike Michalovics. I don't know where this name. Look at the name, it will help you. So you're going to buy this book and read it so that you understand the right way to do your accounting and also the right way to withdraw from your business. The safe way to withdraw from your business. Now, when I started my first business, if you remember, I was not doing a lot of reading. But after that, I had one full year, 2017, that I was not doing any business per se. I was still doing my hustle because I'm an IT guy, so I was building applications, websites for enterprises, for schools, and that was how I was keeping myself. So, but it was not enough to grow. It was just this daily stuff. So I had time to do some reading, and I read a book called How They Started Global Brands, How They Started. I read that book, and that book inspired me to start my second business. Now, somebody will ask, you will ask, if you have made all these mistakes in your first business and you have taken all these corrections, what happened? Why did your second business fail? Watch out and let's learn again what happened to my second business and why it failed. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for staying with me to this point. Please like, share this video to your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I would like to personally hear your story. I would like to even get your advice also, because I'm learning, right? I'm learning. I'll tell you something. Remember, I told you that I am a motivational speaker, but I have not made it. I'm not yet at the top. I have people who start speaking when they have already made it. I have not made it, but I'm trying to go on a journey from now to when I'm going to make it. Let's see if this thing that they say about motivational speakers is true. You see a story where somebody will say, I had nothing, I started with only one sachet of biscuits, and now boom, my business is global. Okay, let's see. I can brag today now that I have nothing, right? Okay, I have something, but it's nothing. Right now I'm in debt. I don't even have a home to call my, not building, I mean I don't even have my own accommodation at this point. So I think I'm in a good position to tell you that I had nothing, and the only thing I have is motivation to keep on keeping on. I will encourage you to join me in this journey as we make progress day by day. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.